Give me a bite. Give me a bite. Give me a bite of that. Give me a bite of that. Give me a bite of that. I love a piece of that.
And welcome, one and all. It is officially the month of November, and you know what that means. It's time to eat turkey and stuffing and mashed potatoes and green bean casserole and gravy and
I apologize to all you
gravy.
vegans out there whom we have just offended by the very thought of us eating a Thanksgiving dinner.
Well, it's also worth eating turkey that is cooked well, because might I add you can easily dry out a turkey. But you know what isn't a dry turkey? Rocko's Modern Life. It is
Said it right this time.
I got it right this time. And it is a moist, scrumptious turkey that you just want to bite into.
Is it?
Right? It is.
I mean, he's a wallaby, not a turkey.
Well, yeah, but I'm
And a frog, not a turkey.
I'm talking about.
Granted, there is
this
a cow
all-
there, and people do, I guess, make turtle soup sometimes, but...
You know, I was actually going to ask about that, which we'll probably get into more like after we watch the episode.
Heifer is a cow.
Heifer is a cow, obviously. Yes.
Yes.
Did you not think that?
No, I know. I knew he was a cow. Okay, but
Filbert is a turtle.
no, really,
Did you
I
say
had
Filbert?
no idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Ed is a grouch.
I'm so glad you're explaining all these things to me. I
No,
had no
Ed
clue.
is Jared.
He
Boulder
really-
Dash.
Boulder Dash. He's great. I love him. But this is the second episode. Obviously, for anybody who's been with us for a period of time, you know, we watched the first episode of Rocko's for Halloween.
Yeah, like 3 weeks ago.
That
Or
was
3 or 4
about
weeks
3 or
ago.
4 weeks. Yeah, about a month-ish ago. So this is the part 2 to our Rocko's Modern Life Trilogy.
Rocko's Holiday Trilogy.
Rocko's Holiday Trilogy. I am excited. The Halloween episode was great. I expect more great things from this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched this one a while back because I was looking for a Thanksgiving episode for this, and it is fun.
I'm excited.
It is fun.
Like-
I'm sitting at my desk trying to work, and it's on in the background, and I'm just like... I wasn't even watching it, just listening to it. I was like, I can't even handle this.
I feel like like I mentioned before, you want to put in the background, and then you always just all of a sudden, yeah. There goes your attention. There goes your attention. There goes the work you're doing. But I'm excited to watch this. Jared, are you excited to watch this?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. All right. Anything else?
Watching shows, knowing how much I watched this as a child, it's a wonder I ended up as normal as I am.
Yeah, what happened to you, Dickie?
He didn't have a show like Rocko's Modern. That's what it is. Rocko's Modern Life evened me out.
That's what it does. It just evens you out. To be fair, I know Steven Hillenburg worked on this, so I got SpongeBob, so it's kind of like Diet Rocko's.
They're
What'd you
different.
say?
I was
They
gonna
are different.
say SpongeBob is a different.
I know it's very
Dang.
different, but I feel like it's SpongeBob aims a little younger, like maybe like a couple years younger than this.
I think it's just...
I think it's just different.
Yeah.
It's different.
It's just a different time frame,
That's fair.
different type of humor.
Well, I am truly, truly excited to watch this episode. You guys want to mention anything else before we jump right into this? All right, let's do this. Stick with us for 2 seconds as we watch this, and
Take a bite. Gobbly-gobbly-goo.
and we just watched Rocko's Modern Life, and this is okay. I really need to, like, legitimately go out and watch this episode. Come back and watch us, or if you don't care, just listen. This episode was This is funnier than the Halloween episode, in my opinion. Oh my god.
The first segment was fun. The second segment was funny.
That's a good way to put it.
So the first one, it's a holiday episode. That second one is more of a normal episode, just at Thanksgiving time, and that's why I thought it was funny.
I think the only reason that the second one is much funnier is because I don't want to say focused on Heifer, but his family background is
It's so funny.
Well, and everybody's family background too, but his...
which is funny because it contradicts the rest of the family background that they've set up for him with the wolves.
Like, it was so, like, I'm trying to remember, we literally just watched this, and it was like pilgrims popping out of the middle of the ocean. Like, it was so stupid.
And there they were, trying to cross the underwear.
Like, what is happening They went
Some
to
red coats with yellow pants showed up. Okay.
Like they went to go into Tuxedo Valley, but they weren't dressed good enough. Like this stuff, like it was like
Well enough.
And
Well,
then they were rough and tough, long man.
like how does somebody write this? Like
Lots of drugs
That's the only answer I
and
can think of.
alcohol.
That's the only answer I
Moonshine.
But at least we got Ed for both segments because
We did get Ed
kills me.
back.
I don't know why I thought it was so funny in the first
We
one when
got
they
all of them for both segments, right?
I think he's been in every single one.
Yeah.
But that in that first segment when all the turkeys come crashing down and he opens the door and he just goes, "We've been had."
We've been had.
It's not even a joke, and I'm laughing just because it's a funny thing people say that I don't hear people say as much. Like we've been had.
Yeah, that's
Like
a weird
that.
thing to say.
Like I think the only thing I think there's a Malcolm X speech called "You've Been Had." Like that's the only time I've ever heard that used like that. But the like and that's that. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Stumbling over my words.
Popular phrase. Yeah.
Yeah, something that has resonated. Whereas this, it's just him saying a random like just "We've been had."
It's also him just yelling. His voice is perfect for just.
Heifer emceeing the turkey show.
Oh my god! Well, the funniest part of that was that they all ate the veggie turkey, and they
didn't
liked
realize
it. They liked it. Are you kidding me? If you would have fed me a veggie turkey, there isn't a chance in hell I'm thinking it tastes as good as a normal turkey.
I don't know. Tofurkey's. Speaking as a person who was a vegetarian for 10 years, tofurkey's not terrible if it's cooked right.
Okay,
Oh,
but
just
is it as good as actual?
Yes, because more often than not, people dry out their turkeys, and
That's fair.
It's very difficult to dry out tofu without making it just go to dust.
It's also hard to make tofu taste good.
That I agree with. I've never been a tofu person personally.
Ugh, it's like eating Jello but without any like taste.
Also, if
Yeah.
it was a veggie turkey, it may not be tofu, but whatever.
I mean, who knows what they used to make the turkey, but it was.
Turkey.
It's like the Impossible Burgers at place. It's like people are like, do you know what's in that? And then the person's like, I don't want to know.
Usually, like Impossible Burgers, like black beans,
really,
and stuff
really
like.
highly compressed vegetables and
Yeah.
beans.
Mhm.
It's like
Which-
that's probably just as bad for you for what they pump into it to
It's
make it taste the
Actually,
same.
not, and not to go down the whole like impossible route, but I want to give a quick shout out to the Impossible sandwich at Starbucks. The Impossible breakfast sandwich is delicious and it tastes fantastic. So
Don't sponsor us.
Yeah, don't. We don't need Starbucks to sponsor us, but I'm just saying, Impossible stuff is good, but a
I
veggie
don't
turkey
know.
isn't
I
going
don't
to hold
know.
up. to
Call me
actual-
basic. I just like the sourdough grilled cheese.
Fair enough. You can't crawl in there. Anyway,
It's hard to mess up a grilled cheese.
it truly is. But back to Rocko's.
It is hard to mess up a turkey too.
It's easy to mess up with grilled cheese. You burn it.
Even
Yeah, but you really have to not pay
Ugh.
attention.
It's crispy.
It tastes like burning though.
I love.
Yeah, but like if you cook like,
I love
God,
it.
you're gonna get me going
I
down this
love a
road.
grilled cheese with some leftover turkey.
Oh,
crispy.
No,
Like,
you want to know what my? Oh God, here we go. But okay, I
This is
just.
the food talk.
I know we got you going down this road.
where's my dinner with Dickey?
Here's okay. I'm just saying that my uncle, he
What's
does.
his name?
Uncle Tom. He lives in Ohio. Shout out to Uncle Tom. He does a great job with.
We're
cooking.
sorry you live in Ohio.
Yes, we're very sorry.
Oof.
But this man, he makes leftover Thanksgiving sandwiches.
Ooh.
Oh my God. He piles on the turkey. He piles on stuffing and mashed potatoes and gravy and cheese, all between two pieces of bread. And it tastes like I can't even imagine. Like, I can't even put this into words.
It's almost as
How-
good as the dinner itself.
I was going to say,
it's
why
somehow
don't you
better.
Why don't you just do that? Because everything like that is good, better when it's left over and it's cold and it's had a second
that's
to
what
solidify.
it has some magic. Like Thanksgiving has some magic leftovers. But okay, let's get back to Rocko's because
Tryptophan is what it's called, I think.
because oh my God, it's this was such I was laughing the entire time, and especially I know you mentioned the second episode. The second part was the best part, like hands down. Like I think it was more chaotic, and I really liked. I just thought it was funny. Them going back and trying to figure out whose lineage was who and who was there first.
And then Spunky was there first.
I actually don't know who that character was.
Spunky is
It's-
Rocco's dog.
Oh!
But that wasn't Spunky. That was Spunky's ancestor.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
But it
joke.
looked like Spunky.
That thing. I needed the connective tissue.
Was Spunky in the first part of the episode?
I didn't see Spunky at all.
But you've seen Spunky before in the other episode. You must have. Yeah.
Was in the other episodes, like the
yeah, he was
ones?
in. He was in the definitely in Ed is Dead.
Yep.
Gotcha. Oh my god! I almost forgot to mention my actual favorite part of the second episode: the the hamburger float made out of hot dogs.
I saw it. I go, is that? And then they said, I go, yup.
Out of everything, like how do they come up with this shit? Like, it's just so funny.
Oh, and then Ed straight up is just I wouldn't say xenophobic.
Oh yeah, I was here for no foreigners.
No foreigner. I go, yeesh. Jeez. Also, Ed getting sued.
I know. Oh yeah,
you shorted them 29 cents, which means you owe them $37,000 due by next week, right?
And don't forget,
30 days.
30 days.
You forgot the 200 pounds of breath mints too.
2 tons.
Oh, 2 tons.
2 tons of breath mints and $37,000.
Oh my god!
And then a joke that
hasn't aged well, but is still kind of a joke because
I think
it
they're
was
not
told with sarcasm.
I think
it wasn't okay. We should describe what the joke is. So the joke is this lawyer guy is giving Ed this bill, and Ed goes, 30 days? How? And the lawyer guy goes, yes, sir. How? And like, it seems racist, but because it was so sarcastic, it's like, you're annoying me with this.
It's not
that.
Like,
it's supposed to be like the guy thinks Ed is being racist. Mm-hmm. And so he just gives it back to me. He's like, I'm not going to deal with this. Yep. So it's something that I don't know if people younger than us would understand that.
I mean,
because even our age, Dickey, like we were aware of it, but it was already kind of past when we were.
You want to know what I was going to compare this to? This was a lot more of a lighter and funnier version of the their portrayal, the Indian portrayal in Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Remember that? Like this was more lighthearted and joking. Like that was just.
That was also like 1953.
I obviously that was ages ago, but I just thought
this episode
that was still a funny.
This
joke.
episode was 43 years after that.
It's still,
and this episode is like, what is it, 26 years old? So,
wow. Honestly, it still aged pretty well. It's still funny. It really, truly is.
I mean, again, these types of cartoons are the reason why my generation is the way that they are.
Really. And I mentioned like it. I thought this was like, I don't know if we were rolling when I said this was like Diet SpongeBob, right? Or maybe not. I don't know if you're rolling. I don't know. But regardless, I because Steven Hillenburg worked on this, and so I felt like SpongeBob is just like Diet Rocko. I was like, it takes all of those like the chaotic sense of humor.
They both have surreal humor at times. Rocko's is built on it, where SpongeBob has instances of it. SpongeBob laid off the surrealism after the first handful of seasons,
which I think was its downfall, personally. But that's right. I think like because it laid off a touch and it wasn't as much. I think that's where SpongeBob is when aged. I mean, I aged down a touch. Like I said, I think a couple years younger is probably the target audience for them. But yeah,
I don't know. I think I was in high school when SpongeBob premiered.
1999.
Not quite.
It's funny to think that it's only 3 years after this Rocko's episode, which it's the last season of Rocko, so it's at the end of the show's run.
Is it?
That's what it said on Paramount Plus.
Huh. He really just rolled right into this one then.
I mean, that's usually how that works.
Yeah. That's cool.
And now Nickelodeon Studios doesn't even exist.
What?
Oh, you're talking about that empty building?
Yeah.
Oh, like yeah.
It's just sitting there. It was just sitting there.
The cartoons nowadays just aren't. I'm not gonna go down this old man rabbit hole, but
they're not made for us.
I know they're not. I know.
It just comes down to we're not going to have that perspective. The best would be to have someone who is the demographic watch both and tell us what they think.
That's fair. That's fair. So we need to get someone younger on the show. We need to get someone.
No, thank you.
I was going to say the reason it works too is because if they don't know that it's older, they'll just think it's something that's the same if it doesn't clearly look super old.
Yeah.
I think there's some kind of Good Morning America thing a couple years ago. They showed a clip from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood from like the 80s to a bunch of kids now, and they were sucked in the whole time. I'm thinking they have no idea how old this is.
Yeah.
So that'd be the way to know, like, are kid shows these days worse or are they just different?
Are they just different? Yeah.
That's really interesting because you would think that they would see that just looks older.
Yeah, and it's slower too. Everything these days is really fast.
Yeah. Because
you just wonder.
Yeah, we gotta run these. We gotta run some experiments. Let's do this. But
No.
anyway, thank you everybody for listening to today's episode. And if you like what we did, make sure to stay tuned for more awesome content coming your way next week. But until next week's episode, if you want to stay updated on all the fun things we got going on, you can find us online. And Jared, where can the good people find us?
Oh, they can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And they can listen to us on Google Podcasts, even over Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher.
Oh, God.
Is our TikTok funny?
You really
is.
Is our Instagram funny?
I think our Instagram's funny. We post good stuff there.
How about Facebook? Is that funny?
And Facebook.
No, so we're really just going with the TikTok.
TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Like, I feel like that's like those are the prime socials.
But you can also like, subscribe, comment, ring our bell on YouTube if you're watching. We look pretty goofy.
We do look pretty goofy.
Especially Tom Cruise over here.
I'm sorry. The lights bother me. That's not my fault.
Yeah, it is.
It's all your fault.
Do better. Get good.
Anyway, thank you for listening to today's episode. Like I said, stay tuned for more awesome content coming your way very soon. So on every Thursday or whenever you listen to these episodes, make sure to
take a bite.